Maybe don't listen to this story at nighttime, especially if you share your bed. So Javier is a single dad and has a son named Martin. Javier has been really into work lately and working really hard that whenever he comes home, he's just ready to go to bed. They live in a really small house that only has one bedroom. He somehow put in a small couch in there and made room for a little table, but this is all they could afford. He does share that bedroom with his son, and they also share the bed. They're so used to sleeping together at this point. They each have their own blankets, their own pillows, and they each have their own side, so they very much respect each other's spaces. He explains that his son understands that his dad can't afford anything more than that, so he definitely understands the situation and he's okay with it. And they also only share one little dresser that is in that bedroom. So there was one night where he was extremely tired. He got home from work, didn't even say hi or like good night to his son, went to bed, and he passed out. So it was close to midnight when he got woken up because he started to hear almost like scratching in the bedroom. So the bed in the room is cornered and dad is the one that sleeps close to the wall in the bed. He explains that he remembered in that moment that he had a flashlight in that crack of the bed and the wall, and that was because a lot of the times in that neighborhood sometimes the lights would go out, so that was like the emergency flashlight because it would be a mess when he would get up to go to work and couldn't see anything. So again, he has that flashlight only for emergencies, but he's realizing that he might have not changed the batteries and the flashlight may not even work. So not knowing if the flashlight would turn on or not, he found it in the crack of the bed and the wall. He tried to turn it on, it wouldn't turn on, so he like kind of hit it twice and it did turn on, but it was very dim. So once he gets that flashlight to turn on, he starts hearing those scratches a little louder and a little more frequently. As he's pointing the flashlight around the room, he's thinking to himself, I really hope this isn't a rat or an animal that's come in here. He points the flashlight towards the door to see if the door is open or not, and it's closed. He points the flashlight to the ground and there's nothing there. And that was when he decided to turn left and he pointed the flashlight towards that little dresser that was in the room. That is where he sees Martin sitting on top of the dresser. And with a little bit of light from that flashlight, he can see that Martin's legs are like swinging, but that his hands are to the side scratching on that dresser. He thought to himself that is really weird that Martin is doing that, but he decides to ask, Martin, are you okay? The boy immediately stops, freezes, and the dad says that he starts to see the little boy just turn like this very slowly towards where he was, asking him if he's okay. For some reason, the dad seen his son turn very slowly towards him like that. He became immediately terrified. He's like, I had never seen Martin do this. I've never seen him act this way, never in my life. Like, why would he turn so slowly facing me? The dad again, Martin, are you okay? And the kid just continued to turn around very slowly. It was only until Martin completely faced his dad where the dad says that he can see his entire eyeball was black. Again, the dad's like, Martin, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And the dad says that he notices when Martin gets into like a little squat position and leaps to his dad. Like, he just jumped onto him like he was gonna attack him. The dad obviously screams when that happens because he's getting ready for that attack, for that impact. When he screams, he hears Martin's voice say, Dad, what are you doing? What's going on? You just woke me up. His voice was coming from next to his dad on the bed because Martin had been asleep next to him the entire time. Obviously, the dad puts the flashlight to where his son usually sleeps and he's there literally rubbing his eyes because he had just woken up. He's terrified and he starts pointing that flashlight all around the room and sees nothing. To this day, he has no idea what he saw in that bedroom that night, and sometimes he tries to lie to himself and say maybe it was a hallucination, maybe I was just really tired and I saw that. But then he says that he started to hear stories about doppelgangers and things that is what he saw that night. But what do you guys think?